morning. It's January 1st, 2018, New Year's Day, and I have some apples to taste. Anyone who's watched my channel very much knows I'm obsessed with late hanging apples. Well, we have some apples out of storage, and we have some apples straight off the tree. I'm going to go grab one more off the tree, and we're going to do a little tasting here. Make that 2 more off the tree. Make that 4 more off the tree. Okay, from this way to that way, we have Lady Williams, Whitwick Pippin, Hauer Pippin, Newtown Pippin, another Newtown Pippin out of storage instead of off the tree, York Imperial, Katherine, Gold Rush, and POMO SANEL. Okay, so I'll tell you which ones are out of storage as I go and which ones are off the tree. First we're going to taste Lady Williams, and it probably isn't ripe because occasionally it's edible at this time of year, but usually it's not ready for another month. Yeah, it's edible. It's starting to get okay, but it's still a little sharp and a little starchy. Very crunchy, as it always is. Good apple. Okay, I'm going to slice these because I'm going to my mom's house for dinner and she's going to want to taste these too. So we're going to go with Whitwick Pippin. Wow. A lot of the apples on this tree this year are stunted because I just let it bear a lot, and so these aren't necessarily representative size-wise. This apple right now is excellent. It has a very, very rich flavor, exceptionally rich. Plenty of sugar, good sugar acid balance, a nice texture. It's not like a crispy apple, but it's got a little bit of crunch to it. It's very pleasant to eat. Very good. Flavors, I would say generically fruity, but maybe vanilla. Something really good in there. I'm really impressed with this apple, and I'd be interested in using this in apple breeding to cross with other late apples or any apples. This is Hauer Pippin. It's a California apple. Very little known outside of, Central and Northern California. Again, not representative. This is small, it's cracked, it's scabby. Typically this is a very beautiful apple. I'll cut in some pictures. And it hangs late. It's good until Christmas usually, and then it keeps in storage as well. Hauer Pippin. I had a whole tree of it and I grafted it over because it just didn't quite impress me that much. But, tasting this one today and thinking back, I might want to just keep a branch of it, a good sized branch of it on a multi-grafted late apple tree or something. Flavor wise, it's got an odd flavor that I've never been able to place, and I'm never sure that I love it. But like this is a pretty good specimen. This is very edible and quite good actually. Compared to Whitwick Pippin, not really. This is a Newtown Pippin I just pulled off the tree. It's still got reasonable texture. It's actually a little rubbery. It has a deep, well-developed kind of yellow apple flavor with a little bit of other stuff going on. It's a good specimen. It's all right for being off the tree late because it's not a great late hanging apple, but it does hang late. This is a Newtown Pippin out of the fridge, and it wasn't really harvested early enough for the best storage, so I'm not expecting much from it. The skin is soft and it tastes like refrigerator. Here we have York Imperial. I tasted this maybe a month or so ago off the tree. It's supposed to be a good storage apple. It's something between crisp and mealy, oddly. It's edible. Texture's okay. Flavors, nothing to write home about. It's not very interesting, not very complex, not very deep. It has some sugar. It's edible. I mean, I could eat it. Might be good with some cheese or something for a winter apple. Nothing to write home about. There is one interesting flavor in there. I can't really place it, but it's something like a candy-like flavor. Let's go with the 2 yellows out of storage. This is Gold Rush. I just eaten a bunch of these last night with almond butter and cheese. some really good creamy, nutty Swiss cheese, and they were good. It was really good. Lots of flavor, quite a bit of acidity, but plenty of sugar. Definitely some banana flavor, maybe some other generic tropical fruit, but that may just be because it has a pretty high acidity with the sugar, so it kind of reminds me of pineapple, just basically maybe not quite the flavor, but more the experience. Bottom line, very flavorful, good texture. Yeah, like I said, I ate a pile of them last night and they were really good. This is the last apple I reviewed, POMO SANEL. These have been in storage for a couple weeks, I guess. Just wanted to taste one real quick. It still has a bit of that rubbery texture to it. This bears a lot of similarity to Gold Rush in both flavor and appearance, as you can see. They're very similar. They both have big red dots. That makes me think that they could both be from the same line, which would be like Grimes Golden, Golden Delicious heritage. The Golden Delicious came from Grimes Golden, so who knows. The flavor is similar too. The acidity is similar. I'd say the POMO SANEL has a little bit more harmonious flavor. Like if you sat down with one and just started eating it, you know, the differences would be actually pretty subtle. I think the Gold Rush has a little bit more flavor right now. And finally, Katherine. I didn't think I had any of these, but then when the leaves fell off, I spotted one, and it fell off the tree 3 days ago, and I managed to get it before any animals got it. Wow. The texture is a little past ideal. I think of this more as around Christmas, so like a week or two back is usually going to be the best time to eat these. And I think they would probably store well, but I never pick them early enough to store them. So it's got a little bit of crunch, but it's starting to go a little soft, and the flavor is really good. It's like a really deep, rich flavor. I'm not sure I can describe it. Really good flavor. Bottom line, this is the one I most want to keep eating. Again, it is a little bit crispy. I don't know if you can hear it. It's got a crispness to it, but it's a little past its prime. This is an apple with just an outstanding texture at its best. I can't describe the flavor, but I want to keep eating it, so that's my ultimate test of a good apple. Overall winners in order, I'm going to go with Katherine, number one. Even though it's a little past its prime, there's something about the flavor itself, like the depth of it or something, I don't know. Second would be Whitwick Pippin. It's even more intense and much more rich, concentrated flavor. But as an overall eating experience, for whatever reason, again, that's the one I want to keep eating. Third would probably be Gold Rush out of storage. Fourth would probably be POMO SANEL out of storage. Fifth would probably be this Hauer Pippin. Sixth would be the Newtown Pippin. And you know what? I just remembered there's one more. And again, the Lady Williams is an excellent apple. It's got a very rich, fruity flavor, but it's just a little bit before its time. In 2 weeks, it'll be good, and in 3 to 4 weeks, it'll be perfect. Let me grab one more. And this is a very stunted, wrinkled, I'm trying to think of the name, nonpareil, old nonpareil. A little bit rubbery and dry. Nice flavor, sweet. Worth munching on, be great with cheese. It makes a pretty good late hanging winter apple too. Mine always crack a lot, so there you go. That's it. For real this time, that's probably the last apple tasting this year. Well, I guess it's a new year, but I mean the season. Maybe we'll revisit the POMO SANEL and the Gold Rush in storage, because those are the last apples I have in storage. So Happy New Year to everybody, and good luck with the new version of your life, whatever that may be. I've been feeling quite a bit better lately, and I'm hoping we're going to see Stephen version whatever, 6.0 or something like that. So imagine me with 5 times as much energy and activity. Yeah, fingers crossed. Apple blend.